Hello, all of my crafty friends. Welcome to my channel, Pretty Pink Craft Room. Thank you all for joining me today for another crafty video. Happy Sunday to all of you, getting ready for the work week, and thought I would hop on with just a quick video of a project that I was working on today and wanted to share with you all. So I'm still focusing on building this journal. As I showed you in the previous video, I am starting a new journal. Its theme is winter, and these are the two signatures. In the previous video, we worked on this insert that we are going to add, having glued it down. We're going to add it to this page, and this is basically a tag pocket. It has multiple secret journaling spaces, multiple pockets, and if you missed that video and are interested in trying this for yourself, I will definitely link it down below so that you can give it a try for your journal as well. So for today's project, I am going to be showing you how I made this insert page. So this is just a page that I folded over, and it fits back into this signature like so. But I'll pull it back out so I can show you what we created. So it's just basically two landscape orientation tags that have acetate windows in them, and then inside are these little booklets for journaling spots. So that one opens this way, this one opens this way, and there's more journaling spots, and then up top is a pocket with another tag. So if you are interested in making one of these for your own journal, then please stick around and we will make one of these together. This project, the first thing I did was I made 4 tags measured 2.5 by 3 3/4. So these tags, they measure 2.5 by 3 3/4, and of course that size is based on the size of my signature and my base pages. That is how I determined how big I wanted my tags to be, because I wanted 2 tags on each page. So these again measure 2.5 by 3 3/4. And what I did was I did some pre-cutting and everything before the video to kind of move things along. So these are the first 2 tags that I did. So once I cut these tags, then I used my tag puncher just on the largest tag angle, made the angle cuts on one of them. I'm sorry, on both of them, excuse me. On both of the tags, I made the angle cuts. Then at the bottom, I wanted to also round my edges. So I'm going to use the 1/4 inch on my corner chumper here and just round those edges of both of them. Okay, so both of them have been rounded. And then what I did was I took my circle punch, and this is a 2-inch circle punch. I found the center of my tag, lined it up inside the circle punch, and punched and made that hole. So that's all that was done, and now we have the window here where we can now build and add more things and create that effect of that with the acetate and everything. So I took a piece of acetate to cover it, and this piece of acetate is 2.5 by 2 1/4. So basically just determining what is needed in order to cover this this circle window. However big the acetate needs to be to cover it is the size you want to use. So this is what I used for this one, and again it's 2.5 by 2 1/4. So I'm just going to glue that down. I'm applying glue to the very edges of it, because once the glue is on there, it tends to want to smear a little bit. And if I keep it away from that center opening, then it won't be seen at all. So I'm just going to add the glue to the edges as best I can so that it's not seen. And then I will apply it here. Okay. So my goal was just to try not to make the glue, and I did not do that completely well. So I may have to get some alcohol and try to clean that up a little bit if I cannot clean it up with my nail. It may not be seen though, because we'll be adding more to the back of it too. Okay, so now that we have our acetate window applied, then I took another sheet of paper of what I wanted my background to look like. And this is what I wanted. This is part of the paper stock. It just has little houses on it, and I thought that would be really cool to have that as the window portion here. This here measures, in case you're making a similar size tag window, this measures 2.5 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to apply this to the back like so that the window is there. So I'm just gonna add the glue to the very edges here. And then line it up so that through the window the house is seen very clearly. And there we go. So now we have our window and we have our we have our background for our window affixed to our tag here. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and ink my edges because I don't want the white to show, as you can imagine. So I'll go ahead and I'll ink the edges here as well. And again, I'm using that brushed corduroy that I used in the previous video. Let me turn it the right way so you can see it. Brushed corduroy. And I'm just going to lightly ink these edges so that the white is not showing so distinctively. And this was my background piece. You remember that we cut the two here. So I'm just going to ink that edge too while I'm at it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now that we have our two pieces here, I'm now going to add the paper to go in the inside. And this is paper that I have already previously cut down. I did cut it in a way so that it fits all the way towards the edge, this left edge. So I angle cut the paper too, so that it, it wouldn't be poking out. And so this is just a random sheets of paper that I had in my stash that I could use to fill up the tag. So I'm just going to even it on here, find the space that I want it to be at, center it, and then let's see, try to find that center spot. And then I'm going to clip it down so that it can kind of stay in place. And then I want to add my other tag right on top. Then I want to clip that in place like so. And it is not even. Let me see how I can make it more even. Okay, I think that's better. Let me clip that down and then I'll open it just to make sure. Okay, yes. That appears to be very even. So then what I did was I cut a hole here and added an eyelet. So we'll just go ahead and do that. I'm just eyeballing the center spot. You can certainly measure it if you feel that you want to make it more precise. I'm just hoping that, eyeballing it is good enough, and hopefully I'm not too off. And then I will add the eyelet in there now, and then chomp that down. Okay, so now you have a little sideways landscape pocket with a window, and then you have this little journaling spot with papers here too, and you have that section like that as well. So what I also did was I cut some snowflakes, because this is a winter themed album. I cut some snowflakes, and I used a die cut that but I don't even recall where I got this from. I want to say that I got it from a fair where someone had a bin of die cuts for like $5, and I just bought it then, and I've had it ever since. So this, I'm sorry that I couldn't even tell you where I may have purchased it, but I'm sure there's snowflake die cuts that you could probably get off of Temu, Amazon, scrapbooking.com. They have all of those kinds of things. So I'm going to glue this right on front where in that window it'll have the snowflake showing through. So let's get the glue here. And even though I'm using the art glitter glue on this particular die cut, because we have the background affixed to it, you won't see that. So you won't even have to worry about, you know, the glue showing from the background because we've covered that all up. So there we are. Now we have our little snowflake with our window and everything. So what I did then is I added a poinsettia die cut. And I'll show you where that is from. This is the die cut I used, which is from scrapdivadesigns.com. This is her small poinsettia die cut, and this is what I used to make it for this project. And these are the die cuts here. So I'm going to add one to one and one to the one on the other as well, but I'll probably add that last just so that I can position everything properly. So let's make the second one like this. I'll do the second one like this and come back, and then we will add all the ribbon and the embellishments to it as well. So here is the second tag booklet that I created. I did the same exact thing, except I changed the direction. One was going towards the left, this one is going towards the right. I cut the eyelet, I made the little papers in the inside for secret journaling. I added another snowflake die cut to that opening, that window opening, and so now all I'm going to do is I have some baker's twine, and this actually came as a 3-pack from Dollar Tree. So I'm using all 3 strings because they all match to the color scheme of the paper, and I really like how they look together. So I'm just going to go ahead and feed them through this hole and tie a bow and get that secured down. So once this gets tied down, then we can go ahead and affix it to our page and add the other embellishments of the poinsettias, etc., to that as well. So I'm going to find a page in the journal where I want this to be positioned at, and then we'll go ahead and see how it looks on that page with the 2 tags there. So I'm just trying to find the right bow structure, if you will, of how I want it to look, and I think this is it, because I'm actually gonna move this down and I'm gonna actually glue it down so that it doesn't move. I'm gluing it down actually to the tag because I actually want that bow to lay on the tag itself. So I'm just applying glue and pressure, and I apologize if my camera may be shaking a little bit. I'm pressing hard on my table trying to get that glue to adhere for the ribbon. And while it's down, I'll go ahead and cut the excess string off. I don't want too much string hanging off of it. I'll just cut a little bit off there. Okay. Okay, so that's how it will look, and that's how it will be. So let me move these extra pieces off. So this was our first one. Just making sure I didn't mess up and go upside down again. So this was our first one, and you can see that the tie is to the left here. The opening is to the right. This one, the tie is to the right. The opening is to the left. So you don't have to do it opposites like that. I just thought it would be a cool little added feature, more interactive in the design, that it would be cute to have those 2 things like that. So I'm thinking the page that I want to affix it to is this one. So this is in the second signature that we're adding this to, and I found a page towards the back that I think I want to add it to. So I'm going to add it like so here, one side, and then here is the next side. And for the top one, I'm only going to add the glue as a U shape because I want the top to be a pocket. So let me go ahead and just add glue here, here, and to the side. And then I'll add this. And I'm going to try to position it in a way so that it's more towards the edge, the right edge here, because I realize that the closer I put things to the spot, to the crease or the score line or the spine of it, the bulkier the journal will be. So if I can keep things a little bit away from that center spine, then it might work in my favor to at least remove some of the bulk. Now for the bottom one, you could certainly make that into a pocket as well. I didn't because I figured I didn't want to struggle with trying to figure out how to get things in and out of that bottom one. So I didn't, and I just glued the whole thing down to the bottom and added it like so. So I'm going to go ahead and add it here. And again, I'm going more closer to the right edge. Just making sure I'm still in frame. Going more over to the right edge, giving a little bit of a border, but just staying away from that center crease, and then adding it like that. I could have gone down a little bit more with this one. In fact, I think I may do that if I can do it without butchering my paper, maybe. Hopefully, we'll see. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I should have done the bottom one first. It would have given me more of a gauge that I could bring the top one down further. So if you're doing one for yourself, make sure you do the bottom one first, because then it will certainly give you more of a guideline as to where you can put this top one at. So let me re-glue it, and then I'll re-glue it and then apply it back down again, removing that paper so that it's not poking out. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of a gap between the two. Again, go closer to the edge right here, and then apply that down, and it should leave a pocket up top here. Okay, so then the last thing I wanted to, or the second to the last thing I wanted to add were these little poinsettias that I previously talked about. So I'm going to add one up here, and then I'm going to add one down here, and that'll be the poinsettias for the design here too. So let me go ahead and add that down. And then I'll add one for the bottom here too. And again, I have to be mindful of this little crease here so that when you fold it, the petals don't get bent. So just be mindful of things like that. And then, you know, if you don't want it to hang off the page, then you do have to bring it up a little bit more so that it doesn't hang off the bottom of the page too. So all those types of things you just got to be wary of so that, you know, you don't have problems with your decorations. I don't think, I mean, technically you shouldn't have a problem with it hanging off to the right. Most people don't have a problem with that, but you may just have a problem with the inside. So, okay, there we go. Perfect. And then for the top pocket, I have just a tag here that I'm going to see if it will fit or if I need to take down some. And I think I do need to take some down. Instead of taking some down, I think I may score it and just make this into a pocket. So let me get my scoreboard out. It's here somewhere. And get my scoring tool. And I just might just make a really small pocket, like 3/4 of an inch, and just score that. So now I can even make another tag and put that inside, or just maybe in even a little small folded up paper, like a booklet, so that that's another secret journaling spot too. So that's another added feature that can be placed on here too. Okay, I'm just trying to give this glue a little bit more time to adhere to itself, to the paper, all of that. And then I'm going to add this here now and see if it comes down. Okay, perfect. This is much better. I didn't want it to stick out too much from the top, but I wanted it to be able to go there like that. So let me remove the scoreboard. And that is the project for the day. So hope you guys like it. It's just two very simple project, but something a little bit different where you're just adding 2 tags onto a page and they're going in different directions, but they still have this secret journaling area where you can make the notes or journal of whatever you'd like, and just added the windows on there too. So hope you all will give this one a try. This is the other one that was made as well. So one will go in one signature and one will go into the other. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I'll be back soon with more projects to fill up the journal. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you with me again as we craft something together on the next time. Take care and have a wonderful evening. Bye.